Merry Christmas.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror Christmas Edition, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every day leading up to Christmas. It chooses the movie and they discuss it. Today we're talking about the 1996 film Jingle All the Way, which was directed by Brian Levant. My name is Alec.
I'm Eric, and with us is a very Christmassy guest, Justin Welikson. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks,
Jingle All the
man.
Way expert over here.
I thought I was going to be a spooky guest.
No, it's Christmassy guest today. You're spooky as well, though.
Thanks.
Yeah, Justin, thanks so much, man. We specifically chose you for this film because of
I
your
feel
love.
honored.
Yeah, man, you're a big Arnold guy, big bodybuilding guy, so we're like, we gotta get Justin in here for this.
Me and Justin love Arnold, so we always every time we're together, we just talk Arnold movies. Like, oh, you hear Arnold had a heart surgery? Like, did you hear this? We're always
It's any Arnold news.
It's like, oh, is he okay? He's like, I don't know, man. I'm really worried about him.
I have a question for Eric regarding this. Did you know there's a Jingle All the Way too, Eric?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With the Get Her Done guy, right? What the hell is his name?
Yeah.
Larry the
I
Cable
wanted
Guy.
to ask have you seen the cover of that movie?
I'm okay. I don't.
Dude, I need you to look at it, and you're gonna laugh.
I'm all right, dude. I don't need to see anything. I thought that movie was straight to TBS and never seen the light of day. But
I don't know why they'd make a second one.
What's the premise of that one?
Yeah, have you seen it?
All I know is it got a 3.8, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
What?
There's only one Jingle All the Way in my book.
But what could it possibly be about? What could a second version of this?
Okay. You want to start off with the sequel idea? I have the best sequel idea ever.
Okay, go.
for this year. So starts off. The year is 2020. Jamie calls his dad, and Jamie's like, Jake Lloyd, all hopefully better. You coming to see your grandson for the first time in 3 years? And his grandson's name is TJ. And Arnold's like, I'm the CEO of a company, and he's really awesome, throwing a great holiday party for his company, but he can't give his family a great Christmas. And Jamie's like, TJ, my son, your grandson Arnold, really wants the PS5 for Christmas. Sinbad works for Amazon Prime. Arnie does whatever it takes to find a PS5. You can't find that shit unless it's on eBay. But shipping, Christmas is tomorrow. You got to get it tomorrow. So Arnie runs into a crackhead on the street and says, I'll find you a PS5 for $500. The kicker is the crackhead is Edward Furlong.
Oh my God.
And it's Jingle All the Way, Terminator 2 crossover universe, where Arnold's with an Edward Furlong crackhead, and they go around trying to steal PS5s and get into all kinds of Terminator 2 business. And Arnold's like, you can't just go around killing people.
I mean, I'll be honest. If Arnold's in it, I'd probably watch it. So.
Yeah, but I think that's that would be funny. But then Arnold comes home, gives his grandson the PS5. Jamie takes it and says, "Thanks, Turbo Man," and doesn't give it. He just wanted it himself.
I think we can all agree, though, that if Arnold was not in this movie, you'd never watch it, or probably never rewatch it, though, right?
They paid him $20 million to be in this movie.
That's so absurd. That's offensive.
It's his only holiday movie. Apparently.
This was the end of Arnold. There's not really a movie after this. You're like, that's classic Arnold. This is way past Terminator, way past Predator.
Yeah, dude.
Total Recall.
I was watching it and I was like, how do you go from saving the world from robots to I need the toy? It's just so random.
Money,
I like it.
Money.
I think money is definitely a reason, but the family fun movie is a good resume spectrum to add to your acting.
Dude,
and it's a successful movie.
It was. Do you really like this movie, Eric?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Dude, all right. Before we get into this, I have, and you guys can't see it on the thing. I similar to when I had the Life Blue soap. I have my Turbo Man action figure.
What?
It's the multilingual one too.
It doesn't have the. He says only a few lines, but it's so hard to get him to say it's Turbo time. Let's try it. No, just say it. I'm not going to stop until he says it. Oh my God. Say anything else. We got it. Okay.
Oh my God. I cannot believe you own that.
What, dude? Why not? My dad loved me, apparently.
I didn't even know that was a real toy.
Me neither. Yeah, in the parade, you see all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all the real stuff from the 90s, but this is okay, so they want to have their own little guy.
This is Tiger Electronics, I'm pretty sure. So,
dude, honestly, watching this movie, most of the lines they said, it was so cheesy that I like knew what they were gonna say before they said it. When he was on the phone making deals and he talked to his wife, and I was like, please don't say it. And he was like, you're my
You're my
number
number
one.
one
I was like,
customer.
no, Arnold, no, dude.
I know, dude. He must have read the script and just be like, "This is so bad," but like money.
The money, $20 million.
Yeah, it's a. I don't know. I think the best part of the movie is Phil Hartman. I really do. He's so funny. Just
Phil
that
Hartman,
the
yeah.
divorced dad, and then the way he's so over the top Ned Flanders,
Ah,
but then
it was
yells at the kids.
it was so uncomfortable, dude. Like, he's like
Dude,
hitting on the wives and like, ugh.
dude, that scene though, come on, where literally he's just like, "Don't worry, I got it." Like, you go take a shower. He's making the cookies, and he hears the kids in the back. He's like, "Knock it off!" Yeah,
Dude, when Arnold was in his house, almost burned his house down. He wasn't even that upset. He was more upset. He's like, oh, you snuck in and wanted to steal my toy. Like, dude, he almost just burned your house down.
Yeah.
He wasn't even that mad.
And he's your neighbor.
Yeah, it's gonna be really uncomfortable for them to like live together.
It's nestled safely under the tree. I like
But
that line.
you know what I was thinking about while watching this is like it's super realistic to like present day Black Fridays. Like when they opened the toy store and people were like killing each other. I was like, this actually happens in Walmart.
It's based off of the Tickle Me Elmo craze.
I can see
Really?
that.
Because that was the 90s, dude. It was like the Tickle Me Elmo was one of the bigger ones. And this is a 1996 movie.
yeah. I thought
So-
Chicken Meal was after that. I thought that was like 90.
No, this was based off of that. I'm pretty sure that, and also Cabbage Patch Dolls were the other one that were the craze.
So
Dude,
fucking crazy.
The when he went to the toy store and those guys were like pointing and laughing hysterically at him. Oh, it was so obnoxious.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
dude.
going up to Best Buy. It's like, hey, do you have any PS5s? Like right now?
PS5s.
Yeah, they'd be like,
They
like
just
what do you
go
mean?
up the-
Like when they're coming in again? It's like, no, do you have any in store right now? And they just literally laugh at you, probably.
I guess I'd
What do you
feel
mean?
pretty stupid. I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
PS5s are probably the hottest item right now, I think.
that
Dude.
actor is Chris Parnell. He's the voice of Jerry from Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's hilarious.
He's on SNL. He's on like
Yeah,
Archer.
there were a lot of good actors. I didn't even know the Big Show was in it. That the
Oh,
huge
really?
Santa.
When I was younger, I thought that was Hulk Hogan when I was a kid, and then I realized watching it, not this time, but like a couple years ago, I was like, oh no, that's the Big Show. Like
Yeah, seeing the Big Show next to Arnold, I was like, wow, he's
He's
very
big. He's still kind of wrestling. He has like matches once in a while. Like
super old.
Oh,
yeah,
he's got like a multi-cam sitcom on Netflix. He's like, "Oh, I'm a dad
I
now."
love Big Show, dude. Love
Uh,
Big Show.
That scene reminded me of in Raiders of the Lost Ark when he fights like the bigger guy, like
Oh,
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, the nunchuck Santa, where he was just watching him do his little routine and then just hit him once.
That was
immediately thought of Indy.
That was Vern Troyer too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the mini me
yeah.
who he punches and he
Love.
goes, "Little buddy."
Yeah.
I love that warehouse. Like, why are they all still dressed in Santa? Like, why? Like,
Dude,
clearly, it's a criminal organization. But like, listen, we do it by the books here, motherfuckers. You wear your Santa Claus outfit when you're in here.
I still think though the hardest I laughed yesterday was when Arnold KO'd that reindeer. Like I was hysterically laughing. Like not only do you have to think about this from a realistic perspective, that animal's what, at least 600 to 800 pounds. Like you would shatter your fist on contact, and he knocked it out, dude.
Funny you bring that up. Have you ever seen the original Conan the Barbarian with him?
Of course, man.
Well, this obviously was a fake reindeer he punched. He actually
No.
punched a camel in Conan the Barbarian and like knocked it out.
Dude,
That's the nod. That's why they did it. I'm pretty sure he got in a lot of shit for that one because he was playing like a drunk like Conan, and he like stumbles and then he hits the camel, and the camel like goes to like bite him, and he just like, he knocks it out or hits it really hard. YouTube it. It's hilarious.
Dude,
It's
like
not hilarious
he
though. It's not funny to hit animals, Arnold. It's not
No, yeah.
funny.
You know, he right hooked it and it like went airborne. I was like, this is absurd, dude. This is so
Well,
absurd.
reindeers fly.
You might find this interesting, Eric, because you love WWE, but there's a movie called, I think it's called Santa's Sleigh, and it's about like Goldberg, who becomes an evil Santa Claus, who goes like killing on a killing spree. And there was behind the scenes footage of Goldberg, you know, he's that big, like, I'm the big Goldberg guy.
Oh yeah, I know who Bill
And-
Goldberg is.
Yeah, I know. But dude, so he had his reindeer on set. Apparently, the reindeers were terrified of him. Like, they couldn't keep the reindeers like in the scenes with him because his voice and his presence was so scary to an animal. They're like, all right, I'm scared of this guy.
What's this movie called?
Santa's Sleigh, I think.
All right, I had plans tonight, but looks like I'm booked up now.
We should have put that on the wheel. That's a Christmas horror
Santa's
movie.
Sleigh. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you should watch that. It's awful.
So, oh, guys, real quick, did you hear? I don't know what network it was. I'm not sure if it was TBS or something, but on Twitter, this was like this week or a couple weeks ago, people freaked out because when Arnold first puts on the Turbo Man suit and flies off,
Yeah.
Yeah, he went like
The-
into space.
right? They ended the movie there on
What?
TBS, and like people went on Twitter like, did they just end Jingle All the Way early? Like, what the hell? Like the
How
best
did it
part.
end? Did he
That's
come
how it
back?
ended. That's how they made it end on the TV to
There's no
like show like some other movie.
there's no conclusion there.
Yeah, I know, but they're like that's like the ending of the movie and then the credits roll. I don't know what they were thinking doing that. Like this was like primetime
Yeah.
TV.
Huge cliffhanger.
Check that on Twitter. Like people are like screaming like, "How dare they? I'm watching Jingle All the Way with my child for the first time, and I'm trying to show them how sweet Arnold's arms are and biceps." And this happens.
Speaking of which, I was just thinking of Alec last night, like when Ted was like, "You can't bench press your way to this one," and I was just like, "Okay, Alec, okay."
Is that what, did you say that to Justin?
No,
I'm
but I
sure.
know Alec was on the couch like,
Yeah, I
Can't
like
bench
to
this.
I like to make fun of people that better their bodies,
I was like, why did Ted have to throw that comment in there? Like,
It's so funny because he talks to Arnold like Arnold couldn't rip his throat out in 1 second. Like he's just like, okay, Arnold. He's like, who the fuck are you? Like, I'll kill you. Yeah.
What's the most famous line from this movie? Do you know?
it's turbo time.
No.
Uh,
Put that cookie down. Yeah, that one.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, we're not gonna go overly obnoxious with the Arnold impersonations.
We've made it 13 minutes with only doing like one.
Only a few.
That's
Only a
pretty
few.
good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to know why everyone dislikes Booster so much. Like he's a good guy, and the little kids were assaulting him at the end. Just
I
beating
love
him up.
that. I love that.
He
Yeah,
knocked him
why-
out, like, yeah, get him.
It's like Scrappy Doo. Like everybody just like universally hates Scrappy Doo. So maybe that's like in this world, everyone's like fucking Booster. Like, god damn it.
Yeah, all the Toy Story, the toy people were like, "Oh, we got Booster," like
Yeah.
as if he's not good at all.
Everyone hates him. But the best part is the guy that plays him, Curtis Armstrong.
Is it
or whatever.
Booger?
Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. He's also in Risky Business. He's also the security guy from Van Wilder. Why do I know
Right,
so much
right.
about Curtis Armstrong?
Oh,
Anyway,
He's also in Risky Business. So like, we can talk about his whole IMDb page if you
but
want today.
he his character where he says that line, I'm like, wow, this could never be in a kid's movie.
Sweating like a dog in a Chinese.
Yeah, dude, that was something that was bad.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
like, that
maybe
is-
that's why TBS cut it a little short.
It's not okay. Yo, that and also when Arnold put the belt on his head and did the like yeah noise, I was like, oh no, that's not.
Arnold,
That was
that's
very
offensive.
stereotypical.
I mean, not even just like that politically incorrect stuff, the bomb stuff too. I don't think that you could get away with that stuff anymore either.
Yeah, with the male comment, I was like, oh, that's real.
It's a little,
That's like a thing.
it's a little outdated, you know.
Yeah, he's got a makeshift bomb, and he's like, "I'll do it!" Like I'm crazy, like sort of. It's just like, oh my, and yeah, I don't think they could put that in a kids movie nowadays.
Right.
Oh man.
Also, another thing, the original ending of this movie, the VHS ending, the theatrical ending, was everyone lifting Arnold up on their shoulders, and that's how it ends. The credits roll, and then it goes to the family putting the star on the tree, and the mom saying like, "What did you get from me?" That wasn't like there would be credits in between that scene and Arnold.
Huh.
So they made the decision like putting it on streaming, and when you rent it now, or on DVD even, to put the credits after that scene as if that's the better ending.
Dude, I also completely forgot Anakin was in this.
Jake
completely
Lloyd?
forgot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil Annie, completely forgot.
dude, I want to ask you guys about him. He like imagine he's basically our age. He was born like 1990 or 89 or whatever.
Yep.
So imagine you're like 7 years old. You're working with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're like his kid in this movie. Then you're you're Darth Vader. Like that's so cool. Like, do you think that kids and he got teased really bad? Now he's like arrested and he's into drugs and stuff. I bet kids just teased him because they were jealous as fuck, and it literally just
Yeah.
made him so insecure and just like I don't know. I'm like not a human.
He's one of the child actors that I mean I hope he's doing well. I don't know anything of 2020, but I know he's had child acting issues. I think being a child
I looked him
actor.
up. I'm fairly certain he had like schizophrenia, so that probably didn't help.
Yeah,
But it's definitely not a normal childhood to be like 7 years old in movies.
and be one of the
But,
biggest child actors probably of
yeah.
97.
Like, I don't know what kids were making fun of him about. I'd be like, dude, you're a millionaire. Like, don't listen to these fucks.
Yeah, you don't. You're Anakin Skywalker, and Arnold's your dad, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be fine. Just hang in there. But I mean, he has a mental illness, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just so sad because you could have seen him, like, clearly people in Hollywood are paying attention to him. They're putting him in big stuff. So, like, if he could have held it together for a little while, he could have been huge. So it just sucks.
I remember everyone was making fun of him, like when he had like the high speed chase down the highway with drugs on him and stuff. Someone like said like, "Oh, he's pod racing." It's like, okay,
This is pod
it's like
racing.
This is
what-
pottery. Nah, it's not
Poor
funny.
kid. Yeah,
I know, that does
child
suck.
acting, man. It doesn't. Some make it out like Hillary Duff, and some really don't make it
Dude,
out.
if you're a kid though in the 90s, like if you watch this and then Liar Liar back to back, it's pretty much just like dads who lie and aren't like fulfilling their promises, and kids that are just like, I wish dad was here to do this with me. It's just like this and Liar Liar have a lot in common. They also have like a kind of scummy guy that's swooping in to get the wife kind of, but like overly nice kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's similar to Liar Liar now that you think about it.
Right?
Really
Isn't
similar.
it?
Very similar. Yeah.
It was the stereotypical, like, the dad works too much to try and support his family, but the family's now resenting him because of it. And
Right. And then as long as you
yeah,
one good day, they'll forget all of the rest of the past. They're
Yeah.
like, Dad's amazing again. He got me the toy. It's like, all right.
Well, imagine
back
that
to
though.
it.
You're a dad, right? And your kid's like, I want a PS5 for Christmas, and you're like, yes, I know I've been a shitty father. Like, I've missed your karate competition, but I will get you this PS5 for Christmas. And it's like, shit. Now you gotta. I mean, you'd have to go eBay if you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
right?
but like, just think about like the actual logistics of that. It's just like, you don't spend time with me, Dad. I wish you would come to my like karate kid stuff. So you buy
Yeah,
me
but
a
it'd be your
PS5. It's like, okay, so here's your PS5. Go in the basement and play by yourself some more.
Daddy needs to lift more. That's why he couldn't make a karate thing. He needs
Yeah,
to
it's
lift
like,
his weights.
Dad, maybe I know you're really good at your job and making us a house and stuff, but be a better dad. I don't know. You can find the time, Arnold.
He is a good dad. He's just he's on a losing streak. He was coming
Yeah.
to the competition. He got stopped for speeding.
he was late. And also, it's funny you mentioned that because, like, Arnold pulled up to an empty school parking lot. There was no one there. And he's like, oh, I guess I'm late. Like, Arnold, there's nobody there.
Yeah, he runs in like it's like there's not a car inside. He's like,
ended
oh,
like hours ago.
Yeah, and he's also a workaholic. He doesn't have a cell phone to like call his wife and be like, hey, like, did I miss it? It's like, yeah, you know you did. You know
Yeah.
you fucking did. Like, I love how he just also drives on the side of the highway like, I'm going to make it. I'm a successful businessman. Nobody can stop me.
he comes home and like Jamie's watching like a Power Rangers ripoff of Turbo Man. Like,
It just reminded me of, like, when he was driving to every toy store, like, in the state to try and find it. I was like, man, that seems terrible. Like, we
yeah.
can go on 100 different sites on our phone and just order something.
Well, I mean, for it to be there the next day, though, that's the one thing that makes this movie still good. If he was in that position and you, like, let's say tomorrow was Christmas, you're not getting a PS5 that easily.
No. I mean, dude, websites crash like within 30 seconds for the PS5.
I love how I made Turbo Man into the PS5 for this year. Like, is there another hot toy? I remember like Hatchimals were like a really big toy a couple years ago. But
if eBay existed like in this movie, he would have just bid really high on Turbo Man.
But you gotta get it shipped, dude. So let's say you ship it and hope that he doesn't get a knockoff version of it.
I mean, the premise is completely unrealistic. Like, if he didn't happen to go into that parade, he still would have gotten it.
I'm saying though that like a sequel. I mean, they made one with Larry the Cable Guy, but a sequel like in today's world, the day before Christmas, you want one thing, very particular, very hard to find. The effort it takes to go, it could still hold up today, I think.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to go onto like Facebook Marketplace and be like, hey, can I like drive over to your
I
house
will
on
pay
Christmas Eve?
$5,000 for a PS5.
The Craigslist version of this movie doesn't sound as like, fun. I don't know.
It's just Larry the Cable Guy.
That's my version.
He
He finds Edward Furlong, and Edward Furlong's, yeah, dude, I got a PS5 for $500.
Yeah, it's just Larry the Cable Guy going to sketchy people's houses. Like, yeah, this movie really, I can't imagine it working without the internet. But also, Arnold has to have the knowledge of all of these toy store locations in like the greater like St. Paul area. So he's just like, how does he know where they all are?
That's how he runs out of gas. You know, it's a family fun movie. But like kid today, I was like, why doesn't he just ship it Amazon Prime? It's like because Amazon Prime didn't exist back there, little kid.
Also, did you guys notice that Sinbad, dude, he had his work mailbag the entire time, just carrying around other people's mail. Like, why didn't he put it down?
I love the scene where like Arnold's like Dacha Prancer Vixen, and like Sinbad's like holding on to the bag still and like throwing presents out like
For the
Nobody,
weight, it's
like for
just drop
weight,
it.
like and all these families aren't getting their Christmas cards.
There's so much to talk about with Sinbad, man. I love how he's just like an alcoholic too at that diner. He doesn't give a shit. Like he's just drinking the whiskey right there. And then at the end, he's going to jail for a long
yeah.
time. And he's still like making jokes like, who's gonna give my kid this toy on Christmas? Like, dude, you're not gonna see your kid for like 20 years, man. You throw a bomb at a bunch of cops. Like, you're done, dude.
What if the movie ended with a huge twist? Like his mom went to the police station. They were like, "Man, we have your son," and he's like, "I just wanted Turbo Man for my son." She's like, "You don't have any kids, Junior."
Oh my god. It's like the Joker. It's like this whole movie's just
He's just crazy. He's insane.
I think it'd be even funnier if, like, you know how like there's the Brainiac. What's this? Is Brainiac the bad guy? The main villain?
Dementor or something like that,
The
right?
Mentor, yeah, Brainiac, I think. The Mentor or whatever. And then instead on the stage, like the Mentor gets like knocked out or something, and it's just Turbo Man versus Booster the whole time, and the kids like start to really hate Booster, like more than they like normally. Like Booster's supposed to be a sidekick, so I think that would have been a funny twist.
Dementor uppercutted Booster like 80 feet off the
Right?
stage.
Yeah, dude, like right off the bat.
And he's like, my spine, and the kids are just like, get him! Like,
I like the idea, like, why isn't this show being stopped? It's like, because it's part of the show. Like, nobody knows the show. The cops don't know the show. So they think that the show is just happening as this kid's, like, dangling from a tree. Like,
yeah, the cop is like, "Oh, it's all part of the act." I'm like, that kid's about to die. So
Yeah, I know.
how do you think...
the next time when you watch Rita Wilson, the wife character. When Jake Lloyd falls and he gets caught by Arnold and it cuts right back to her, she doesn't even look remotely concerned. Her hand is like on her chest. I was like, they didn't get a good shot of that because she's just like, okay.
Why would she be, man? Turbo Man's there. It's gonna save the day.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Is the last shot of Phil Hartman getting hit with the eggnog?
No, it's him being like, it's like, look, Dad, he's Turbo Man's like, let's get out of here.
That's it. Yeah.
Alec, how do you like, speaking of the wife's role, when she was talking to Turbo Man, clearly a very recognizable Austrian or German accent? She had no clue, bro. No clue.
Yes, he is your son. And I talk Austrian.
Yeah, guys, I don't think you're remembering correctly. There's so many 6'4" Austrian men in Minneapolis.
How well do you know your husband?
Austrian accents?
Yeah, there's so many Austrian immigrants of that stature in Minneapolis, Justin. So it makes
it's with that chin line that she can clearly still, figure out that's.
Maybe it's like Superman when he just takes his glasses off. Everyone's like, "Oh, okay, it's Superman."
This is the clearest case of nepotism ever, too. Like Arnold should be, objective and be like, "I want to give a child a chance to get this toy." He's like, "Jamie," like immediately. He's just like, "My son gets the toy."
It was the legendary edition too, and he just gave it away like it wasn't a big deal.
I know.
He knows my name.
I know, but imagine at the end, Arnold's like, no, we're not doing that. Give it back.
I feel like if my kid got that, I was like, you had this great experience. Now, wouldn't you want to give that to another young boy? Like, I'd like talk to my kid and be like, you went on stage, you met Turbo Man. Wouldn't it be such a good thing to do to get? No.
I want the legendary edition.
You want the legendary edition. I have my Turbo Man. I didn't give it away.
Here's what's gonna happen, Eric. They give the Turbo Man doll to Sinbad. Sinbad goes to jail, and that toy gets impounded until 2040 when he gets out. And they'll be like, "Hey, here's your Turbo Man doll and a pack of cigarettes that you checked in."
Here's everything you came in with. He's like, one Turbo Man. He's like, one crack pipe.
There we go. There's the sequel. That's the trailer too. It's just like 1996, a long time. He's like, "You bet your ass it is." It's just like, here's what you came in with.
I just want to see Arnold and Edward Furlong chasing PS5s. I just want to see that. I think that to me is I'd watch that.
What if the twist ending to that was Arnold and that guy got the PS5, but it's the downloadable edition, and it's not the disc one? He's like, "I don't even want it."
Gives it to Jamie. He thanks Dad. And it's like, "Aren't you giving that to TJ?" It's like, "No, it's mine."
Sell it on eBay, Dad.
Yeah. And he just goes in the basement, plays PS5 with Edward Furlong.
I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. It was very nostalgic to watch it, and there's so many things you notice being older. Like, I definitely didn't catch certain jokes, when we were like 12 watching this or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, when he's like, "And she slept with everybody at the post office but me." I'm like, oh. Yeah. I'm probably like 6 being like, what is he talking about?
Bro, they throw in so many adult jokes in kids' movies. It's crazy.
90s adult jokes are great. And kids kind of catch them too. They're like, "Dad, what's that mean?" It's like, "No, that means nothing." It's like in Hocus Pocus. Like, what's the virgin? It means like he hasn't had beer.
Sinbad implies that because his dad didn't get him that army toy, that he grew up a loser mailman. I was like, that's a stretch.
That's a huge stretch. Yeah, he just and like Arnold's like, I'm a successful businessman. I'm very smart, but I still can't logically think that my son won't be like this. If he doesn't get this toy, he's going to be a hobo. Like, they're also kind of shitting on post workers. They're just like, okay, like I guess my job's
Yeah,
up.
like blue collar workers, and I guess that's
Yeah.
probably why they did Later the Cable Guy for the second one. He's a blue
Dude,
collar man.
why would
Maybe
they
I'll
make a
give
second
that a shot, or maybe I'll just
No,
like no,
don't watch that.
Shit, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, Eric, what are you doing? Like, time is valuable, man.
I know.
Arnold was surprisingly calm this movie though. Like Sinbad hit him in the gut with his mailbag. He pushed him through like a newspaper thing on the sidewalk. He like assaulted him, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm fine." Like, what?
Apparently, they wanted Joe Pesci to play the part that Sinbad had, but they didn't want Joe Pesci because like there's a huge height difference, and it's like, have you seen Twins? Like with Danny DeVito?
Wouldn't that be
like,
funny though? Wouldn't the height difference be funny? Like
Yeah.
Joe Pesci running with this massive mailbag, like, "Hey, wait up!"
I think Joe Pesci. When did My Cousin Vinny come out? Though was that like 92?
That was a little earlier, I think.
Yeah, so I think Joe Pesci was done with acting at this point.
Really? Wow.
Well, no, he
Wow,
was.
okay.
Yeah, because he in the early 90s he's been retired, and then he came back for the
Irishman.
yeah, but he hasn't done a movie in between then.
I like Sinbad. I think he was perfect for the role.
Yeah.
Apparently, he improv'd a lot of his lines too, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, no, I like Sinbad too. Yeah, he was pretty funny in this. You've seen Kindergarten Cop, Eric, a bunch. Like,
I was raised on Kindergarten Cop.
is that? I mean, that's much better than this, right?
I'd say on par, like both equal. I mean,
Par?
Kindergarten Cop has more one-liners.
Yeah, I don't know. Is
More,
it?
but this is a holiday film, so like right now, if you were to ask me in the summertime, I'm like, oh, Kindergarten Cop. But you're asking me at like Christmas time, I'm like, Jingle All the Way is great. Like I don't know, like maybe that's part of why I love this movie now. I don't know.
Yeah.
The time of year gets me.
Well, Justin, what we do for this these holiday movies is we give these ratings, each movie a rating of 1 of 10 snowflakes on a holiday scale. So if you were to give this movie as a holiday movie 1 out of 10 snowflakes, what would you give it?
Man, I mean, I feel like it's a biased opinion because of Arnold. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's being generous.
All right, Eric, what's your?
I was gonna say like 6.9, but all the steroids and everything would bump it up to a 7.1.
Okay.
7.1 is the like the performance enhancing score will be 7.1.
Jesus, I was actually expecting way higher from you.
Really? Oh wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6.5. This is something. It's rough. It's hard to get through.
Really? You think this was hard to get through?
But I want you to picture it without Arnold, Eric.
Yeah.
Without
nothing.
Right.
Like I would never rewatch this movie.
Without Arnold, I wouldn't. There's no movie.
Yeah, it's Triple H. Imagine Triple H as that character.
I like Paul Levesque, but I'm not. Not that I know Triple H's real name.
Anything specific you guys want to mention about this before we wrap up?
Justin, you go. You got anything? Did this movie make you want to lift more weights? Like when you saw it, like, oh, I want to go to the gym now.
I mean, it definitely made me not want to ever see it again.
Oh my god.
I mean, I love Arnold's movies, but this was not one I'm going to tell people about. Like in the future, when it's like, Daddy, what was one of Arnold's best? It's not going to be Jingle.
No, it's definitely not one of Arnold's best movies.
Was this his last like movie really before they started just doing like reboots and sequels with everything with him?
I'm pulling on to you real quick.
I can't think of anything that came after this. It was like, oh wait, The Sixth Day. Remember that movie?
I actually really like The Sixth Day.
Sixth Day is good.
It's a cool concept.
It is. Like they clone pets, and then all of a sudden Arnold he falls in a machine. He's like, oh no, I'm not the dog, and they like clone him.
Well, they were secretly cloning people too. It just like wasn't legal then.
Right,
Last Action Hero was before this. True Lies was before this.
Yeah, dude, this was like the Bruce Almighty of his career to like Jim Carrey.
But I think it's important to recognize though that he was known for all these super good movies prior to this. It's not like Jingle All the Way happened and then he became Terminator. Like he already established his career.
Dude, listen, I'm not a huge like workout guy like you guys, but I cannot respect Arnold Schwarzenegger enough just for like his story. It's an awesome story. He's a guy that just came from Austria to America as a bodybuilder, became a huge action star, like defied all odds of having an accent, all this stuff, and then becomes governor of California. Like that's a success story. He moved here
went to English classes at night after laying bricks all day in the heat, which is a super tiring job, and then went to the gym, became the best bodybuilder, and then got movies based off of
He
that.
used to
Like,
sneak out of his school to go to competitions, and he'd get yelled for that. But then he came home with trophies, and they're like, "Hold on, you're coming home with winning stuff." And then they started helping him with his bodybuilding, and then he won the Mr. Olympia. History from there.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, you gotta give it to the guy. Like he's had an interesting life.
Self-made man for sure.
Yeah,
And he loves America. He's like, I love America for what they've given me as an immigrant, and
all the money,
yeah.
mostly the money.
I mean, seriously, like this movie, whatever. But Arnold, props, bro. You've had a life.
You did it.
Well, what do you say? Spin the wheel, Eric?
Let's do it.
Merry
Good
Christmas.
in. And we got Bad Santa.
Yeah.
This is definitely the raunchiest on the wheel.
All right, you better get drunk for this one, Eric.
Yeah, you want me to? I could.
No. All right.
What does he drink in the movie? Vodka?
No, he drinks whiskey.
Whiskey? Okay. All right.
Yeah. We got Jeff McHugh for a guest on this one, so I'll give him a call and we will see everybody tomorrow for Bad Santa.